Alright, you guys, I think this is going to be my last reading for the night. I think I told myself I wasn't going to read this on my channel. I've never even read it. I don't know why, but I think about it all the time. This is Dani Leigh. Obviously, you guys clicked on it and saw it, but I don't create a title or look for the thumbnail for the video until I get ready to upload it to YouTube. So when I'm recording this, I don't know sometimes who I'm going to read on. Sometimes I don't know, Dani Leigh. Dani Leigh, whatever. I watched the body cam footage of her arrest the night that she hit that person, a teenager or whomever it was. I don't know if they were a teenager or a child, but it was one or the other. And I was disgusted. And I was like, I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read her because just the entitlement I saw, the disregard, the reliance on her celebrity and her connections. And I read between the lines. The things that go on in the industry, the power that you can tap into and the resources that you can tap into when you're a celebrity and you have those connects, you can have no disregard for those kind of situations because a lot of the times they can be taken care of and you can get out of it. She just overestimated her position. But a lot of the times, look at, no shade because I love Brandy, but she didn't do any jail time. A lot of time, people who hit people and even kill people in hit and runs don't do jail times. I've seen it in my town. I've seen a few people get killed and the person, go and run, hit and run and conceal their vehicle and things like that, get caught and don't do any jail time, like vehicular manslaughter and things like that. So for some reason that happens. But watching that and the complete disregard, drunk or not, because that's something that you sober up out of when you hit somebody. But it's like, and I get what she's going through as a result of that, and I would love to see, because Lil Baby is from South Carolina, and I would love to see if he had some juju done on her, even when they was together. But I get that people, forgive her and want to have compassion on her, but I don't feel none. This is my bias ahead of the reading. I don't feel nothing because I watched that video and she felt nothing. And it's easy to feel things when, you have to pay for the crimes you committed, even in a different way, even if it's not jail. But do I feel like she should be coddled because of it? No. I mean, there's consequences karmically and physically, and we deal with them and we move on. I'm not still holding her to the fire for anything. That's not my place to judge her. But if I were asked, do I feel anything? No. That's just honest. I don't. So now that that's said, let me just go ahead and read Dani Leigh. I want to call her up and just read her. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, the soul of Dani Leigh. Dani Leigh. Dani Leigh. Dani Leigh. Dani Leigh. In my hands, there is compassion. As I'm ruffling her energy into the cards, I am handling her with compassion and care because I feel a very fragile energy. One that's been broken. The pride that I saw in that video has been broken. The arrogance has been broken. Dani Leigh, how has life been since that online fallout with you and your baby daddy, the baby, when he kicked you out of his place, you getting into that accident, your brother's legal battles with the baby, your father just passing away? Did anybody do juju on you? Talk to me from your spirit and soul about what you've been going through since your relationship with the baby, because that's when it all started for you. And is there any spiritual energy influencing you negatively, or was there? And what's the outcome for you in all of this after everything you've been through, culminating in your father's sickness and passing? What's the outcome for you after it all? I'm so anxious to do this reading. I'm so interested because I've never pulled a single card on her before. As much as I've had thoughts and opinions about the matter, even after I watched the I want to say Dani Leigh is trying to move past things that she's been struggling with. Not that it's easy, but she's trying to move on. And I would like to say that the baby, bad karma. Dani Leigh is trying to move on, but she doesn't feel like a victim. She's just trying to move on. She feels like, allegedly, I believe Dani Leigh feels like a lot of the things that happened to her were because of that accident. Some bad karma, some bad juju because of that accident. This justice in reverse isn't for anything she did with the baby. She was a victim in that, but that accident is what she feels guilty about. And she accepts, I see an acceptance here of a wrongdoing. I don't see remorse, I see an acceptance and a desire or an attempt presently at moving on. I also think that she still feels like a lot of things are held against her. This Five of Pentacles in reverse is that young person that she hit, but they survived. Near future, the King of Wands in reverse. I believe that's her baby's father or her brother. Six of Pentacles in reverse. I believe that she has to pay out something. Either she wants to collect by putting the baby on child support, or if she has an illegal situation going on, she may have to pay out or collect. If it has to do with that accident, I believe that she's paying out money that she doesn't have, or trying to collect money because she doesn't have it. But I think even if she is collecting money from projects, from working, or from child support, it's going out to a big debt that she owes. Dani Leigh could be in a relationship with someone currently that is a good source of support for her emotionally. I see that she has kind of left the industry as she was in it alone, or it has left her alone. But it doesn't seem like she's working in the industry like she was, like trying to be on. And it almost seems like she's okay with leaving the people that she used to be involved with behind. Hopes and fears. I think she's in a hermit mode, or I think she would like maybe to completely leave or detach from any parts of the industry. What we will see for Dani Leigh is her try to heal and overcome this brutal period and season that she went through in her life. She may get caught up in something else with her baby's father, but I see her biggest regret being that accident, a big regret, a big source of grief and regret being that accident. We'll just see her moving past all the hurtful things that she's done, brought upon herself, been attached to from others. Ever since that yellow bone is what he wants, it's just like things went south from there. Don't look for Dani Leigh to come back to the industry. Dani Leigh, there is juju involved, honey, but you know that on your part and others' parts. Either legal fees dealing with that accident, or you having to pay the victim. And it's like you can't put out new music anymore ever since you've gone through that, because nobody's here for it. Nobody's here for you. So putting out music wouldn't be lucrative. I think you're hurt because of the last memories that you had with your father. You guys, you may have made the best of it, but you went through some trying times. You and your family went through some trying times recently, and it took, that's one of the things that hurts you the most. This King of Wands in reverse is also the Strength in reverse. I don't like it. He's aggressive. He's mean. He's a bully. He could be abusive. The baby. The Emperor in reverse. I think when you absolutely got some juju put on you by your baby daddy. Now, I don't know what the Diddy fallout has to do with you, but I would like to say that I saw some juju, I saw some ritualistic stuff, and because I know that you're involved probably in Santeria or whatever, Latin, Afro spiritual system you participated in, I think you also saw some things or maybe participated in some things. You have your own stories to tell or your own secrets from your time in the industry. You worked with Prince, you worked with Beyonce, and you seem to be well on your way to trying to become something in the industry. And judging by your confidence, even though you were drunk, that nothing would come of your situation when you hit that boy. I think that there's something deeper to that. I think you participated in some industry rituals as well for fame, but your relationship with the baby is where your life changed. That yellow bone is what he wants, ended your career, but then hitting that boy changed your life. And yes, you have juju on you. I will say it did affect your life. Not saying that it's the sole cause, because you reap what you sow. So be careful of the juju you do, because doing juju means you attract people who do juju too. That's why you do your best to do the best juju or the most righteous juju you can, so that there are protections in place from anybody else doing juju against you. But Dani Leigh will do the best that she can to move on past these trying times, and that's what she will do. As peaceful as she can, but in the near future, I see you having a hard time with your baby daddy, so you'll have to deal with that for the rest of your life. But everything else, she'll do the best she can and lay low and not ruffle any feathers moving forward. Love you guys. Bye.